Hey guys, Asap here and welcome to C++ tutorial number 19. We're not actually moving on to character arrays just yet, just this one tutorial to cover something. This is going to be like 5 minutes though, so no need to worry. Um, Basically, in the previous tutorial, got it up here, I demonstrated assigning to arrays like this, which is probably the easiest way to assign, but you can only do this at declaration, okay? The only other way to assign that you guys know of is to do it one by one like this. So basically, this is just a tutorial to show you an easy way to assign like this. After the array has been declared, it doesn't have to be during declaration. And I'm also going to show you how to output the array without having to do this one by one. So basically, you just declare your array. So my array of ints, it has 5 elements, and I'm just going to assign the numbers 1 through 5 to that array. Okay. All I'm going to use is a simple for statement. Declare an integer I, assign it a value of 0, say while it's less than 5, and that will say loop through 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, but it won't go to 5 because once it hits 5, it's no longer less than 5, which ensures we don't have a problem with that fence post error we talked about. And writing, whilst viewing past the actual array is okay, it doesn't really hurt your program at all. Writing past the end of an array is very serious and can have extremely bad results. So in this way we ensure that we don't write past the end of the array. Make sure you don't put that equals there, because if it's less than an equal to, it will go from 0 to 5, which is 6 elements, and that's bigger than the actual array, and that will write past the end of the array, so don't do that. And in this case, because we're just doing one statement, we don't actually need to have curly braces in the for statement. What you can do is you can just do it like this. I may have not mentioned that you don't actually need curly braces. You don't need them only if there's one statement like this though. And then when C++ reaches that semicolon, it will end the for statement. Okay? And all we're doing here is we're just saying my array of ints. Oh, and by the way, when we do this on an array, it's called the subscription operator, okay? Using these square brackets around a number is called subscripting, okay? And so we're just going to say my array of ints subscript I equals I plus 1, which will mean, for instance, if we're on the first loop, it will say look at the first element, so my array of ints subscript 0, and assign to it 0 plus 1, which equals 1. If we just put I, that would make 0, so it would assign, for the 5 elements in my array of ints, it would assign 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. In this way, adding 1, it's assigning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? And then we're basically just doing the same thing to output it. It's exactly the same for loop setup, take away that equals. And we're just outputting my array of ints subscript I, okay? And a comma after all of them. So let's just take a look at what this does. That shouldn't happen. Let me take a look at why this is not working. I think I meant... no. Don't know why that stopped working. Just check everything. Yeah, okay, there we go. Just some weird error. We can see it's assigned 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 as we expected, and it's outputted perfectly as well. So that's basically just an easy way to assign as if we were doing it this way, and we can do the assigning after the declaration. It doesn't have to be at the same time, and it's just 2 lines of code as opposed to 5 lines of code, or however many. All you have to do, if you have more elements, if you have 100 elements, for instance, you just change 2 numbers, okay? You change the number in the for statement, and you change the number in the array, and 3 numbers. You change that one as well, okay? And instantly, we've got an array like that, and it's assigned the values 1 through 100 to it. in 2 seconds, okay? And we didn't have to go through every single element like this and assign to it. And we didn't have to write all the elements out like this either. Okay? So this is a very useful way. If we want to assign the elements ourselves, we could say, I'm just going to bring this number back down again to 5. Okay. We could say std_sin my array of ints I. Oops, I. There we go. And now we get to assign these values ourselves. So I'm going to say, I'll do even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, and now we can see it's assigned all those values. So just common programming techniques. For statements, as I've said a lot of times, are extremely useful in many ways. And this is just one example of the power of them. So this has been way longer than not too bad. Anyways, I'll end it now. Over and out, guys.